morning.
Good morning.
In the Science of Mind magazine, Ernest Holmes writes on page 32, everything in the universe is a unique individuation or expression of the one thing, which is the cause of all things. Be aware that the one creative power is expressing in you in a unique way, and that it is always pressing against you, seeking a fuller outlet of its infinite possibilities. You are a special creation of God, and you have full access to the unlimited potential of infinite intelligence. So, please take a look at the screen and speak along with me the magic of the Spirit into our lives.
Today I believe in the magic of Spirit. I allow the magic of Spirit to flow through me and as me, creating a life filled with magical moments. Thank you, Jennifer. Spiritual truth can be very moving, can't it? So, this month, I love this topic, this idea of the source of all, this infinite source, invisible source of all that is, being the ultimate wizard. The ultimate wizard. When you think about wizards in movies, with their magical powers, and they can do this, that, and the other, think of this vast and amazing universe. And not only this universe, we're now hearing multiverses. They're more than one universe. And they're all infinite, ever expanding, all of these amazing life forms, many of them sitting in this room, amazing, amazing life forms. And this amazing presence that lives, moves, and has its being in, through, and as us, individuated to the point where we have freedom of choice, freedom of what we want to do with our lives, and so on. If you really contemplate it, it will bring you to tears of joy and excitement, and wow, it's pretty awe-inspiring. So, to me, that is the ultimate of magic, the ultimate of wizardry, is this one presence, this one light, this one power. So this entire month is about deepening into what it means to be the wizard. To be the wizard in our own lives, knowing that we are collaborating with creativity itself, and that we are surrounded by an infinite universal mind, intelligence, you call it what you will, that is a sea of thought, possibility, potential, that is seeking expression in, through, and as us. The great artists and inventors and people talk about their muses. And in truth, it's this awareness of the availability of potential and ideas that surround us in each and every moment. And the wizards of us are able to access that. So let's talk about the attitudes, the approaches, the habits of being that allow us to access the ideas, because the ideas are that potential that, the moment it's an idea, it's a new potential coming into possibility. So that's what my intention is this month, is to really deepen into that. So how many of you would like more magical moments in your life? How about a really vibrant yes? Yes. All right. Good. So here's some questions to contemplate. Are you willing to bring forth the hidden treasures in your very own being? Yes. All right. Are you willing to choose curiosity and possibility over fear? Yes. And are you willing to trust the process of creation itself? Yes. All right. You're in for many magical moments then. So the thing about a creative life, and this is just a little bit of review from last week, is to realize that fear is part of the package, because anytime we step out of our comfort zone into a field of new possibility and potentiality, there is the mindsets within us that keep us in the current paradigm that when we bump up against them and want to move beyond them, create fear. It's part of that it's the protective, let's say, instincts, or the animal part of us, let's put it that way, that wants to keep us safe. So it requires us giving, not fighting against fear, but as Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote the book called Big Magic, says, to give it a seat in the car, but not the driver's seat. So you can consult with it, but it's not to make any decisions, and it's not to be in the driver's seat. So if we understand that it's part of the package, and that fear does serve us in times to protect us from real danger, but when we're exploring new possibilities, 9 times out of 10, there's no danger. It's really about expansion. So it's important to be aware of that with this thing called fear. So what I'd like to do right now is share with you a little video clip that Dan's going to put up that relates to sometimes how the universe, when we're trying to step beyond our comfort zone, sometimes the universe will give us a little nudge and support us if our intention's there. So Dan?
And look at the size, they're already the same size as the parent. And he's also starting to change his colors.
Too afraid to go after what we really want. We overanalyze the situation and procrastinate. Sometimes life gives you a little push, the little push you need. Watch. Oh. Anybody feel that way, that life finally gave you the little nudge you needed to take the leap? Okay. So enchantment. We're talking about enchantment today, embracing enchantment. And here's the definition. Enchantment is the quality that attracts or holds our attention, a magic spell, So have you noticed that when you entertain new ideas, and particularly if one really catches your attention, that it is like a magic spell on, we get spellbound by ideas and possibilities and potentials and excited about them. So there's a bit of enchantment there when an idea is for us, when it's for us, when it's something that we know we want to move forward with. So again, the context of all this is, and this is New Thought teaching, is this idea of an infinite field of pure potentiality and possibility that surrounds us. It's within us. We are of it. And within it are free-floating ideas, visions, possibilities, potentials. And here's another little added idea, that these ideas, because they are part of the awareness of universal mind, have consciousness. And that they have one impulse behind them, and that is to seek expression through a human partner. How about this for an idea, okay? Ernest Holmes talks about that there's a broadcast going on, and there's broadcasting of all of these different ideas, and so we put up our antenna, and we allow that idea to come into our awareness, and then we either decide to go with it or not. So it's the same idea. So when we're receptive, an idea pays us a visit, tries to get our attention. And often, though, we may not be fully receptive because we have too many other important things to do, like watch TV or think over a past hurt or stress about and worry about something that might happen in the future. You name it. There are lots of distractions in the mind. This is all part of the way that the mind tends to work. It's important that we understand that it works to go back into the past and into the future and make up all these stories that get us stressed out and distract us from present moment awareness. And it's only in present moment awareness that these ideas have an opportunity to really settle in and catch our attention. So all of the dramas and distractions, when we are aware of that and how the mind works, then we realize all of it's happening in the present moment anyway. We're making up all this stuff in our minds anyway, and we do make it up. Is everybody aware of that? Because our memories of the past are selective. It's not every single thing that happened, is it? It's selective memory, and often distorted. And over time, our story can change a little bit and maybe become a little bit more dramatic. Our future hasn't come yet, right? So all the stuff that we're making up about it, again, it's all stuff made up in the present. So why not just clear the field, come into the present moment, and open ourselves and be available to what presents itself in the form of new ideas and new possibilities. Part of what's really important in all of this is to realize that we still have freedom of choice in whatever ideas show up. So that's a big piece. So the spiritual practices that we get involved in, the meditation, visioning, spiritual mind treatment, prayer, our form of prayer, all are for the purpose of bringing us into alignment with present moment awareness, the field of pure potentiality where we truly have access to new ideas and new possibilities. The alternative is this. If we don't do this, is we keep living the paradigms of the past and carrying them forward into the future. How many people would like to do that? So that's the key, is to realize this is all about cultivating present moment awareness, pinpointed present moment awareness and availability. So let's talk a little bit more about choice, because choice is part of who we are. And the new thought angle on this is we are 100% responsible for every choice that we make, whatever the consequence that comes from it. So, if an idea tends to hit us, we do catch an idea, and we decide, that's not for me. That's okay. It's okay. And Elizabeth Gilbert says to actually have a conversation with that idea and say, I'm honored that you came to visit, but no thank you, you're not for me. So there's a real conscious awareness that you've made the choice and you've said no, and that's okay. Here's the key though, is when that idea that came to you shows up in someone else's life because they caught it and they ran with it, you don't go to, they stole my idea, right? So there's no guilt, there's no blame. It's simply taking 100% responsibility for the choice. Now, if an idea hits and you're enchanted, and here's some signs of enchantment. God bumps, chills, the hair lifting on the back of the neck, rushes of energy through the body, a feeling of excitement and possibility. When enchantment hits and you say yes, again, be willing to understand that along with stepping outside that comfort zone comes fear. It's natural. And people who have learned to continue to step outside their comfort zones have become masters of how to handle fear and how to work with fear so that they can keep moving forward. And it's also important to know that the moment that you say yes, and when I was talking before, I was talking about a whole body yes, that feeling of yes on every level. That when we say yes, the universe, there's something greater than ourselves that works through us and as us that will guide us each and every step of the way, provide opportunities and cool synchronistic circumstances to support the unfoldment of that idea. Ernest Holmes says, something beyond our intelligence is doing the thing through us, and we must do nothing to contradict it. Great men and women are the ones who get a vision and then go to work to make it come true. With one-pointedness and calm determination, stick to the thing until it's accomplished. Stick to the thing until it's accomplished. Many of you, I have witnessed many of you do that. Kristen's was the most recent one yesterday, of sticking with a one-pointed focus to the idea until it's accomplished. Yes? Yeah. That's how it works. So it means not allowing our minds, the mind, to be sidetracked into seeing other, okay, well, maybe I'll go this way, or maybe I'll go that way. If we keep switching gears, the universe is just as confused as we are, and nothing will happen. So it's really important to take a focus and move with it. So I'd like to share some personal experiences of that. And the first one is the vision that became this center quite a long time ago, when a few of us gathered and began the visioning process. And the ideas began to come of the loving kindness, the qualities of community that we were catching And as we went into the visioning process, and the visioning process is not visualization. It really is a meditative process where you go into the silence, you pose a question, and you listen. So you listen, and those ideas that are floating around that I talked about will come to land. And so then there's an opportunity to say yes. There's a commitment to that when you get those ideas. And we said yes, and we kept moving forward, and we kept moving forward. And over time, we found the place called Del Castle. We were there for a period of time. We were there for 2 years. And then we found out that they were going to renovate the building. And they told us in a few months. So we had been actually catching, in the visioning process, catching the vision of a 24/7 place for ourselves that we could have all the time. We knew that it meant a big leap because we were paying something like $400 a month at Del Castle, to just have it on Sundays. It would mean a big leap, more like $2,000 a month. And, and all the other expenses that go with it, the musicians and so on. So again, we had an opportunity to say no to the idea that came, or yes, we said yes. Began looking for a place, and here we are today. Another example. An idea landed during the visioning to host a meta model training last May, but it came way before that. An idea landed. And again, the moment that we say yes and that we're committed to it, all kinds of things start showing up. So what happened in the long run by moving forward one step at a time is 68 people came to that training. There were 48 from other spiritual communities around here, other New Thought communities, and 20 from our center. 20 people from our center. Yeah. part of the workshop. And again, the idea that landed is we wanted to have an embodiment of this idea of how to build sustainable community through small group ministry. And so that continues. And so as we're looking around here today, we know that our numbers have been larger, right, than we are. And I know many people are conscious of this. What's important to be aware of, though, is to not get caught up in what's showing up today and seeing it in a way other than absolutely positive. The people that are here are wonderful. We have wonderful people here. We can look around and we can feel the joy. And it's also to be open and available in the moment to what is possible. To stay in the field of potentiality and possibility. Stay in present moment awareness. Be really present with the people around you. This present moment awareness cannot be underestimated. Because it's not only the field where we get ideas, but it's the way in which we really connect with each other. How easy it is to connect with somebody whose eyes are wandering, and you can tell by the blank stare they're not listening. Present moment awareness is the key to everything, to absolutely everything. So let's take a breath and take all that in. So what I'd like you to do in this moment is to close your eyes, if you would, and contemplate a few questions that I'm going to offer you. So eyes closed, please. And this is an opportunity for you to really make a commitment to the kind of life that you want to live in this moment, and to plant the seeds from this moment forward. Do you want to live a life that is filled with magical moments? Do you? And if you feel a yes, then I'm going to go on and even if you don't, I'm going to move on to the next one. Are you ready to embrace enchantment as a guidepost for your own life as you receive ideas? Is it enchanting? Does it enchant me? And to move forward with enchanting ideas. Are you willing to collaborate with divine creative inspiration, which means to set aside ideas of the past that you've had and be open to something brand new that may present itself in the moment? Are you willing to become a master of present moment awareness? And now take a breath. Is there an idea right now that is capturing your attention? Are you feeling a full body yes? Are you willing to allow the idea to cast its own magic spell on you and carry you to the next step? As you do, you are living creatively, bringing joy and fulfillment not only to yourself but to the world. You are being who you came here to be. If you did not get an idea or a full body yes, one more question. Are you open and ready to receive enchanting ideas for your life? So keep your eyes closed and let's pray. So there is one source, one infinite creative presence, energy, one power that moves and has its being as each one of us. We are all perfectly designed to be inlets and outlets for divine inspiration in the form of new ideas, new visions, new possibilities, new solutions. And I know we are also the perfect vehicles for the outlet or the manifestation of these ideas. And that we are fully supported. The moment that we say yes, we're fully supported by universal intelligence and all power to fulfill the manifestation of this idea. I know that pain no longer pushes us. That's a thing of the past. Here now in this moment, we are pulled by the vision, pulled by those ideas in the mind of the one presence individualized as us that call us forth into letting go of old mindsets that are limiting, old paradigms that hold us back and stuck, and stepping therefore into a new, freer, fuller, more expanded expression of ourselves. So we just give thanks for this beautiful flow of ideas into our own minds. I know in this very moment, as we are willing to let go of the drama, as we are willing to let go of the distractions from the present moment, and we make a full commitment to be beings of present moment awareness, that innate intelligence, that universal mind, that creative mind that is already present within us now has the opportunity to enchant us over and over and over and over again. And I am so excited about this possibility. I am seeing fireworks shooting all over the room from each and every person as we embrace this beautiful enchantment of life and living, as we embrace the moments of pure magic in our lives. And so with this, we just say, thank you, universe. We're so grateful for this beautiful gift. And so it is now in this moment that I invite all of us together to release this word into the universal law of mind, and with a vibrant yes, and so it is. Amen.